Hello there, I'm Tom from That's No Moon, and today I'm going to talk to you about why you don't leave home without Force Push on your Jedi. Force Push is a Force upgrade that lets you exhaust the card to make a Speed 1 move with one of your opponent's minis. This can be huge in the game. There are very few upgrades in Legion that are an auto-include, and there's arguments for why you should and shouldn't take most of them. The only exception to this rule is Force Push, and today I'm going to explain why. With most Jedi, you want to be giving them a face-up order so that they can activate as your focus piece when you need them to. A great way to keep your Jedi safe is to bury them in melee. This is where Force Push comes in. Sometimes a double move won't get you completely buried and safe in melee, so making a move, Force Push to bring the enemy closer, and then a second move means that you'll get your double move and trigger the charge in melee. The main advantage of this is that when you're in melee, you're bubble wrapped and safe from enemy fire. It's always a great idea to try and move into melee with a unit that has already activated this turn, as it won't be able to withdraw, leaving you open to be shot by the rest of the army. On the flip side, if you start your turn in melee and you want to use your two actions to move or to get into melee with another unit, Force Push means that you're not spending your whole activation to disengage or be forced to attack the unit you're in melee with. I would always recommend trying to tie up a Jedi with more than one unit if possible, as this will tar pit the mini, meaning that they can't Force Push out of melee and then they're not free to move as they like, as they're still locked in combat with the second unit. As a Jedi is such a powerful unit, if you can keep them from tearing through your lines, it's such a huge move, and you can achieve this with potentially cheap units. As an example, these 40-point Rebel troopers can tie up a 200-point Darth Vader in melee because he doesn't have Force Push. With Force Push, he can just Force Push them, double move away, and relentless attack into a more valuable mini in Lando Calrissian. The only exception to this rule is Operative Luke. Operative Luke has the disengage keyword, so if he's in melee with a single squad of stormtroopers, he can just walk away like he's not in melee. However, Luke still needs Force Push, as when you're in melee with two units, you can Force Push one and then walk away from the second with the disengage keyword, so Luke is much harder to tar pit in melee. Another great use of Force Push is to negate a standby. Standbys can be a massive area denial and have a huge impact on the game, especially on a unit like Vader or Dark Troopers who have no courage, so they can't be suppressed to lose the standby. A standby is lost when a unit performs an action, so Force Pushing a unit will strip their standby. Most importantly with this, you don't need line of sight to use force powers. This can be game changing at the right point. Potentially the most impactful use for Force Push is its interaction with objectives. Moving a squad of core with a hostage can be huge. As we know, Legion is an objective-based game, so stopping a squad from scoring is massive. Moving a squad from range 1 of an intercept or Force Pushing something away from touching an objective to score key positions can win you the game. If you have a unit with Master of the Force, I would always recommend recovering Force Push if you've got multiple exhausted upgrades, as it's so versatile, although this is situational depending on how you've kitted out your Jedi. Like I mentioned at the start of the video, for me, Force Push is the only auto-include upgrade in the game. Hopefully this video has helped explain why it's such a vital part of a Jedi's toolkit. Until next time, may the Force be with you.